How's your day? How you doing, neighbor? I'm good, I'm good. How you doing, neighbor? How's your day going?
Started out well.
Oh, good. Good. How about you, neighbor? Things well? That's good. How many times do you say that in one day to your neighbors? Not enough, that's right. Not enough. You know, when we talk about our neighbors, you know, we think about the people living in our neighborhood. Down the street, next door, across the street. You know, my neighborhood, it's a lot of people. I've lived there all my life. But, you know, Jesus gives us a very clear way to his kingdom. And he calls on us to love your neighbor like you love yourself. And he reminds us of who our neighbor is and how we are to be good neighbors. He tells us about the Good Samaritan. How an outsider showed his compassion, his grace, and his mercy to take care of another outsider. How often do we see outsiders on the corner, our neighbors? We may not know them. They're not from our neighborhood. We don't really consider them neighbors, but they are. We see them standing in the corners. We tell ourselves, it's okay, somebody else will take care of them. I don't have to stop this time. I don't have the money to give them. Just basically what they're asking nowadays. Just a helping hand. A little bit of what we all need to get by in life. So we tell ourselves, somebody else will take care of it. How often do we see someone laying, despaired, homeless, no place to go, no one to talk to, and we cross to the other side of the road. We tell ourselves, someone else will call 911. Someone else will take care of that person. Someone else does. Someone always will try to help, try to show some compassion, some mercy, some grace. You know, I wouldn't know what I would have done if people hadn't stopped to help me all those years ago when I was in my motorcycle wreck. People I didn't know. To this day, I still don't know who they were. It wasn't far from my home. Maybe 3 blocks. I had one person from my neighborhood who happened to be there. And he went and got my money. I don't know where I'd be today. I know that they saved my life. But it was those outsiders that stopped to aid my sister-in-law when my brother was having his heart attack a couple of weeks ago. So many people drove by her while she was trying to weigh people down. One person stopped. It takes nothing to be a good neighbor, a good Samaritan. It does take action. You know, you never know when something's going to happen to someone else and right in front of you. You have to take the time to stop. When Dad's leaving Costco with a friend of mine. And as we were walking out the door, this gentleman was walking in, probably about David's height. About David's age. And he had one of those carts with low ones. put a lot of stuff on it. Yeah, well, he turned to look, but he didn't stop walking. He ran into the cart, fell completely over it, landed right on his forehead. Gave himself a gash so big, you know, and you know when you cut yourself in the head, you bleed a lot? Oh my gosh, he was bleeding bad. Well, I was compelled allergies. I was compelled to go to him. And at that time, it was a long time ago, it was when everybody was really afraid of AIDS. You know, it was a time when if a kid was playing baseball and got a cut and he got blood on his shirt, you had to remove the shirt, wash it, or give him a new shirt. You could not allow him to play with blood on his shirt. Okay? I didn't have anything to help the man out except my hands. And I sat with him and I held his hands together and people kept walking by and then a crowd started. And only one person offered to help me. And of course maybe it was her professional obligation because she was a nurse. And at that point I said, please do, you know more about this than I do. But that moment the paramedics came, and, but you have to show compassion. You have to have some grace, some mercy. These are things that are taught to us every day, and we have opportunities every day to be compassionate, to show mercy, to be generous, to be welcoming. The young mentioned the Native Americans. It is an insult to them if they invite you into their home and you say no. It doesn't matter how many houses you stop at. If you're invited to go into that home, you go in, you sit down, and you have a meal. By the end of the day, you probably have 10 meals. It happens. I've been there. I've been to the homes of the Native Americans, and it is an insult if they ask you to sit down and have something to eat. Sometimes it's that way with the Hispanics also. You growing up in the 50s, and my brothers were born in the 40s, we did that. Invited strangers into the house. My sister would pick up a guy in a storm, bring him home in the middle of the night, put him in a room, a cold room, no windows, no nothing, but he was in the storm, in the middle of the night. I don't know where she was at. But she drove by him, compelled to turn around, find her way back on the freeway, and stop and pick him up. She brought him home. Next morning, he scared the heck out of my mother. But she wasn't angry that my sister brought a stranger home. She scolded her for not bringing him inside to the warm house, not giving him something to eat. It was easy to do that back then. Easy. You weren't afraid to help people. You can't let fear keep you from doing something that you know is right. Amen. You cannot let fear keep you from helping somebody that you know in here. God is pulling on you. He's tugging at your heart, telling you, this is the person you need to help. It doesn't matter if it's $1, $10, 50 cents, whatever it is. Once it leaves your hand and you give it with all your heart, it doesn't matter what they do with it. That falls in God's hands to guide them. I know we all do it. We all have crossed the other side of the street. We've got to stay on this side of the street. Help those people that need the help. The feeling you get from helping others, even if it is one of your neighbors that's struggling with a flat tire. Or you're cutting some branches or mowing the lawn. in weeds. Doesn't matter. If you take 10, 15 minutes to go over and carry a conversation with them, help them lift a few things, wish them a good day. A helping hand is a helping hand. Needless to say, my friend wanted to walk away from that man. But I wouldn't let her. I wouldn't let her. She was riding with me, she had to stay with me as long as I was. Now, actually, I had her go inside and call the people from Costco out so they could do whatever they needed to do, and but I was afraid the man had a concussion. I wouldn't let him move until the paramedics came. I felt good about it. I didn't worry about the blood on my hands, my clothes. Didn't matter. I wouldn't do it for anybody. I do it for a poor animal. We need to do it for poor people. We know the way to heaven. It's clear. It's easy. We just do what we do, and we continue to do it. We continue to help people, help each other. I see a lot of new faces here, a lot of new neighbors. They're no longer outsiders. They're part of the in crowd. So show your kindness, your compassion, your love, your mercy, your grace, and do not let fear interfere with any of that. Because when we're doing the right thing, we're working our way up to heaven. And we're going to get there. One step at a time, helping one neighbor at a time, bringing in the insiders, so they're no longer outsiders. He walks by, preoccupied, frightened. We walk by. He lies helpless, dazed, overwhelmed. We lie helpless. Dear God, may they find each other. Dear God, may we find each other. Be good neighbors, everybody. God bless you all.